In the current generation of video game systems, one of the biggest criticisms of the Nintendo Switch is the fact that it is not 4K. The Switch OLED, beautiful now in handheld mode, great screen, still capped at 1080p. We've got other systems out there in this generation, the Xbox Series S, the Xbox Series X, and the PS5 all digital, that are at least capable of 1440p and can do upwards of full 4K gaming. The Nintendo Switch still doesn't, until theoretically now. That is where the folks over at PhotoFast has their little dongle here that we're going to go ahead, put through its paces to find out, are their claims of 4K gaming output from the Nintendo Switch, are they legit? Let's go ahead and find out. So here you can see the PhotoFast 4K Gamer Plus on the bench. Enhanced 1080p to 4K resolution, a 4K video graphic processor for your gaming solution. Design, they call it out specifically for the Switch, 4K HDR. So I wonder if HDR is kind of like, try to get it in the light there, it's kind of like HDMI or Bluetooth, where to be HDR you actually have to be certified. That'll be interesting to find out. How it works: connect the HDMI to the console. From here you connect a Type-C power cable to the power source, and then you connect the HDMI to your TV. Press to turn the power on. And here it's giving you an example basically of, the original versus with the 4K Gamer. Supports various gaming consoles, portable device, TV box, and more. Switch, PS4, Wii U, Apple TV, and Chromecast. So it'll be interesting to see what we can get out of here. So it includes the dongle itself, an HDMI extender. A lot of times these are not going to be ideal for, depending on like if you're capturing or going through a switch box. Sometimes these HDMI extenders can cause issues. It does have a USB A to C type cable, and then a QR code to find out more. Let's see, how do we open this? Oh, how does it open? I think I found how it will open. The USB cable dropped out. There's our extension cable, USB A to C. And then here is the PhotoFast adapter. Now this thing is pretty chunky. Now just for comparison's sake, and I probably shouldn't have used the red background, I'll just say that right now, we're gonna go ahead and we'll just throw that back there so it's easier to see. Another dongle similar to this that promises, video upscaling and processing is the M Classic by Mersai. And you can see that is quite a bit smaller than the PhotoFast one, but now this is only outputting to 1080p max, where this is promising 4K. Now, I'll be interested to see if it is actually doing that or not. Here's your HDMI out and your power. So what you would do, come on you, there we go. Plug that into your dock, plug in your HDMI out there, connect it to power. I'm assuming, since there's no power supply in here, that the dock itself will provide enough power for this. So let's bring in our Switch dock. Now this is our original Switch dock. We have installed another face on it. Overall, this should be the same for this version as for the Switch OLED. Now the one thing, will this fit in here? It does not. So you absolutely 100% have to use this extension cable. It's kind of a bummer, at least with the OEM dock. I'm sure with third-party docks would not be an issue. And then what we're also going to do is I'm going to connect the USB here for power, and we're going to power it right off of our Switch dock. So we're going to go right like that, close that up, and then we're going to plug the dongle into there. And then on the other end, we are going to connect our HDMI 2.1 Hooam HDMI cable. Those are really awesome. I've really liked the quality that I've gotten out from them as of late. Connect it to here for power, and then we are going to connect the other end here to our USB 3.0 HDMI 4K capture card to check out how the visuals look and record everything in OBS Studio. Let's go get started. So before I recorded any footage, I wanted to make sure, is my TV reading this as 4K, or is it just a trick, or is it legit? So I went ahead, and this is a 4K TV, but it is not UHD. So I went to my input number 1, And if you take a look, 3840 by 2160, 60p. It is actually outputting 4K. Woo! Now I'm gonna keep my face off of the screen here because I want everyone to focus on the visuals that we are seeing. But I did want to have some running commentary going with this. Up first is a game that, well, many people may be surprised to see me featuring on here because I'm known for not really liking it, but Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, I've never argued that it's not an absolutely stunningly beautiful game. Look at these visuals. Even now, they've taken this, I mean, and it was a launch title for the Switch too. That's what's super impressive. But they've taken the visuals, or this adapter takes those visuals, really to the next level. Look at the details in the grasses and Link's hair at the top of the hill here, looking down on Hyrule, and you can see, you know, look at that bird flying through here. That's wonderful to see. And again, it takes you to that next level. It immerses you even more. While you're not getting any additional draw distance, because that's driven by the system, not by the video output, you are getting a lot more finite detail looking at a lot of different things. As we go down the hill here and talk to the old man, look at his detail, you know, first and foremost, but also check out the detail in things like the embers of the fire. You get so much here too that is just super, super impressive. At the top of the rock here, you can see, you know, the details that go into the entire world around you. The colors are extremely vibrant. The depth of field is terrific. This really is making a difference, a whole lot more than I anticipated that it would. I figured this was going to be a gimmick, and this looks pretty legit. Up next, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite game on the Nintendo Switch, Super Mario Odyssey. It should have won Game of the Year. It is absolutely brilliant. Now, again, this doesn't have some of the character details as like Breath of the Wild does, but look at the colors that you have here. Look at how much they're popping. Look at the fact that, you know, the overall character models just seem that little bit more rich. They seem more detailed. That's the thing that I'm noticing here. Another thing I'm noticing is responsiveness. This thing is responsive. I'm not getting any lag, latency, or delay that I'm feeling on here. A little bummed out we did not beat Koopa the Quick up to the top of the mountain. We were second, but we are going to explore some of the areas around here too. Like, we're going to go ahead and see if we can't get up on one of the hills so we can see the vistas. Again, look at the detail in the distance and the scenery. It just immerses you in this. And the other thing that I haven't mentioned yet, the audio. The audio quality through this is wonderful as well. There's no reduction in quality there. Now, you're not going to get anything like a Dolby 5.1 audio coming out of this. That's not what this is designed to do. But it is going to maintain the overall quality that you experienced before with the standard Nintendo Switch. And that's a good thing. This is really, I am thoroughly impressed. Our next game is a new one here to me, and this is Earth Atlantis from VGNY Soft. Do want to thank them for sending this in for us to check out. This is a shmup of a different sort. See, most shmups, you're either an airplane or a spaceship or something like that, flying through and blasting enemies. Well, in this one, you are a submarine in a flooded post-apocalyptic Earth. Easy for me to say. I've had to do this a number of times because I keep screwing up post-apocalyptic. But it's one of those where it is a shmup, but it has such an interesting story behind it. Kind of reminds me a little bit too of Planet of the Apes because you get to see the Statue of Liberty in the background. Now, this is not a graphically intensive game at all. It's actually fairly simple. But again, you can see the richness and the vibrance that has gone into this and comes out now as this is getting upscaled to 4K. I absolutely love it. Time to move on from the Switch because this can upscale any 1080p output. So I had to throw my RetroTink 5X on it and see what it would do with one of my favorite systems, the Super Famicom Junior. Now, this has been RGB modded, and we are outputting via Insurrection Industries SCART cables to our RetroTink 5X, and then that is going into the PhotoFast Game adapter here. And Super Mario World, if not my favorite, one of my favorite games of all time. Such a good game, such tight gameplay and everything. And again, much like Earth Atlantis, this is not a graphically complicated game, but what we're doing here is we're taking a 240p signal, we're throwing it into that RetroTink 5X and getting 1080p, which is gorgeous. From there, what we're doing is putting it through, we're getting 4K out of it too. And the colors, the pop, this is just such, I'm running out of superlatives here. This has really been a wonderful way to play. Last up, I had to throw in the Famicom Disk System and Doki Doki Panic. Now this is going through my HDMI modded top loader, and that's already outputting 1080p. So again, we've got a good 1080p coming out of the system to go into the PhotoFast Gamer 4K. If you have a chance, you need to play Doki Doki Panic because it will give you a totally fresh appreciation for Super Mario Brothers 2. Like, for example, in Doki Doki Panic, you can't run, like, at all. But everything here, it is playing great, it is looking great. I am absolutely looking forward to spending more time with this adapter, seeing more of what it can do and what it can deliver because, man, this is gorgeous. So what do I think of the PhotoFast 4K Gamer Plus? Well, first and foremost, I was shocked to see 4K out of this. I was not expecting that, and that is no insult intended towards PhotoFast. I've just seen other Nintendo Switch docks, for example, that claim 4K output with this dock. No, it simply means it can take a 4K input source if you decide to use it with a 4K device like a Samsung Android powered phone. This was actually legit outputting 4K. I was not expecting that. Form factor wise, I'm not loving it. I would like to see it a little bit more compact. One of the nice things about the M Classic is the fact that this will fit completely inside of our Switch dock. This, you have to use that dongle cable that comes with it. Anytime that you have any kind of coupling or things like that, you're going to get some signal loss. So I kind of wish that this was short enough to fit inside the entire dock. Now, one easy solution to that is to use this with a third-party dock. And then the problem you would have though with that is the fact that this would be hanging off the back of the dock and applying quite a bit of stress to that joint. Again, not an ideal solution. I'd like to see a revision of this down the road where they could shrink this down a little bit to make it, you know, it doesn't have to be as small as the M Classic, but split the difference just so that this could fit inside of our Nintendo Switch dock. The button on the front, easy for me to go ahead and see. Am I doing pass-through or is it doing its line multiplication? And the fact it did work with other devices. It worked with my top loader HDMI modded NES that we have here. It worked with my other HDMI systems that I have here. So it is beautiful that this does work to basically take any 1080p signal, line multiply it, very similar to a RetroTink 5X, and as you saw, we did put our RetroTink 5X through this, and basically line multiply to get you to that 4K resolution. Now, if you want to pick one of these up, I will have a link down below in a pinned comment where you can go ahead and check it out through our Amazon affiliate store. It is an affiliate link. It helps support the channel when you do that. If you do order through there, I appreciate it. Now, if you do want to check out some of the other videos that we've done on some other upscalers, any other mods and things like that, I'll have those for you right now. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you want to help support Rocksolid Productions and be a part of our community, there's a number of different ways you can do so. First and foremost, join us over on our Patreon page or become a channel member here on YouTube. By joining through either one of those methods, you get early access to just about all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. We also give you shout outs at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also pick up some awesome Rocksolid Productions swag. We've got t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more available through our Teespring store on screen right now too. You can also pick up some of our awesome 3D printed cartridge stands, amiibo holders, Nintendo DS holders, and more by visiting our 3D printer store on screen right now as well. Links for everything will be down below in a pinned comment. If you want to stay up to date with everything we have going on here at Rock Solid Productions, make sure that you're following us on the different social media networks. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK, and Twitter at RockSolidStudios. If you're looking to pick this and other retro and modern gaming accessories up, make sure that you head on over to CastlemaniaGames.com. He has a feature over there called Castle Cash, where the more you spend, the more you earn towards future purchases, and Castle Cash is just like cash. He also offers convenient payment plans for more expensive items over $50. Finally, make sure that you use promo code ROCKSOLID10 when you're shopping at CastlemaniaGames.com, as it can save you up to 10% on most items on the website. Again, thank you for watching this episode, and I cannot wait to see you again soon.